and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
time for the In the Cue podcast with DJ Greggy C, Greg Curran, and David Hanscom. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube Live. Just search for In the Cue Podcast or go to inthecuepodcast.com. Please like our show and share this broadcast to show your support and pass on the good karma to help educate everyone how to be the best entertainer they can be. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get notified when we go live, which is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now, let's hear it for DJ Greggy C. and David Hanscom.
What up, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
Well, clearly, I forgot in my trek up here to Boston that I can't show that video on Chrome anymore. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, Chrome. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we talked to StreamYard, and they said they have an issue with showing video on Chrome browser, but you can show it on any other browser, and it works fine. So totally forgot about that. But anyways, it's all good.
Yeah.
Big Earn, what's up, dog?
Yeah, man. Hello, everybody, and welcome to In the Cue podcast. What is it, season 3, right?
This is the debut of season 3. The whole new look. We got a whole new look. We got a whole I love the look you put together here for us, man. I got to be honest with you.
Thank you. No, it's like a rebranding for our new season. I like the new colors. I'm glad. Yeah, what's up, Braden? I like the new colors, a little change. We got that new song. And yeah, we got to send a shout out to your boy. So please,
DJ Shane Ryan, DJ Shane Ryan put that together for us. That's just a nice chill vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot. So I'm coming from an undisclosed location in Rhode Island tonight. I am not in Florida.
Okay. It's cold up there, I bet, huh? It's freezing.
Chilly. It's not cold, but it's chilly.
It's chilly. Well,
it's colder than Florida.
If it's 60 some degrees outside here, it's got to be at least 50 some degrees up there. So it's a 10 degree difference.
Yeah. So I'll be here for a couple days and then headed back down to Florida.
All right. Very, very cool, man. Very cool. So want to thank DJ Jess for coming in from last week. That was hey,
what a good conversation that was too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. No, look, she's a dope guest. I mean, literally, she's smart. She's an entertainer. She's got so much energy. You know, that's the big, the big thing about it. And I like to showcase people, that have that crazy, entertainer energy. But there's so many different things. The wandering. Okay, he's funny.
Do I sound like Seth Rogen, or does Seth Rogen sound like me? This could be a whole conversation in itself.
This is true. But anyway, look, shout out to Jess. Thank you for coming on last week and spitting out some knowledge for all of us. And I told her, hopefully she can co-host one of these episodes in the season with us and just hang out.
You know what? Shout out also to Braden. I don't know if I said this last week, but he's working with the Panthers. I think I did say this last week.
Yes. Oh yeah. No. And it's great. It is great to mention because he was he's working with his local team, but he was doing high school too, right?
Yep, doing high school DJing and doing the music for the high school games and doing music for the Carolina Panthers. So
how awesome is that? That is awesome. Round of applause for
young guy too, right?
What's that? Oh God! Got to give him a round of applause for my brother.
Look at this. Now we have. It took us 3 seasons to get sound effects in our show. But
it did.
We have them now.
And it's all because of our Cubert, our little Filipino friend, as I like to say. So much love to Cubert.
Although when Cubert came on, I think he hit him about. I think Cubert was like sitting on the sound button, the things. You know what I mean? Like he must have just been like rocking back and forth on the buttons of the sound booth.
Well, he was excited. He was excited to do it because he had not done it before, and then like we both gave a little bit of laugh. He's like, "Ooh, they like it. We like it, but not a lot."
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Young Fresh Prince, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Yes, shout out. That's right there. That's my honor student right there, DJ Young Fresh Prince. He's killing it out there. So yeah, shout out to Young Fresh Prince. So anyway, Jeff was spitting all kinds of knowledge, especially talking about social media, Instagram, things of that sort. So hopefully, everybody learned a thing or two about that. And yeah, this is new season, new look, new sounds, new sound effects, new new theme song. So yeah,
Couple
shout out
new
to Shane for that.
sponsors all up here. I got
That's
them all.
true. Yeah. Oh,
sponsors.
you know, we're both, and we don't mention this enough. We're both writers for ProMobileDJ.com. And I think he's coming on the 11th of October, if I'm not mistaken. One of our guests is going to be the editor-in-chief and owner of ProMobileDJ.com, Chase Jewell. So I'm excited to talk to him and say some things, but I also want to, thank him because he's doing a bunch of promotion and help with us and trying to get the word out. And especially Jamie, the guys at Reloop, they've opened up their arms, and who else? Pat from Fader, another one, and a lot of these connections, came through, or what's the word I need to say? They wanted me to. They said, hey, we strengthen our relationships. They said, let us know, tag us on social media. We'll do our best to share this and all that. So that's why they're all up there. Glowtronics, Fader, our friend Gabriel from Pro X. Yeah, all of them that you see above David's head. So.
Speaking of great people, I'm just gonna drop this on you. We actually have another co-host with us tonight, joining us.
Ooh, who is this? Yeah. Who is this?
Who was kind enough to allow me to occupy his couch while I'm up here hanging out. So I wanted to invite him to join us as a co-host on the show tonight. So you all know him and love him, and his name is Luke Wrenchin. What's up, brother?
Hey, Luke.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
You allow him on your couch?
Well, tonight's the first night. I don't know if it's gonna last past tonight. We'll see.
Is there any? Did you put any plastic down?
Oh, I got Lysol everywhere, so I don't know. And the way tonight's going, I don't know. It's gonna be a long haul, that's for sure.
Welcome, Luke. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, glad to be here.
All right, cool. So now this is your office, your crib up there that he's staying at and he's hanging out at?
Ironically, yes, he's in one room and I'm in a complete other room. So I gave him his space. I said, all right, we're gonna stay 12 feet apart, and with good reason. But I gave him the setup, and he's doing his thing. So
it's the Rhode Island COVID restrictions. It's 12 feet.
12 feet.
Double the space.
12 feet.
12 feet.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, welcome. Look, how can the people follow you, or our 3 listeners that we have listening right now? And say hello to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Instagram, Luke Scent.
Okay.
I'm always here helping out. I mean, in previous, we were very busy with working on opening up our market here in Rhode Island and Southern New England area, and now on the complete opposite side of where we're just looking for a day to breathe, just to reflect on all the events. But I'm glad to see that you guys are really helping spread knowledge and helping DJs and entertainers to really put their best foot forward. So great job in doing what you guys do.
Cool. Thank you, Luke. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, Mr. David. So we've talked to Luke. What has your week been like?
What day is it? I don't even know. My week's been it's been one of those. You know what I mean? It's been a good week. I had some great events this weekend, and I'm just excited about tonight. Now, I'm most excited about tonight because of our guest tonight is somebody that that I actually, he probably doesn't know this, but I really look up to this dude. I think just the stuff that he does, man, he's such a cool dude, and I'm honored for him to be on the show with us.
Wow. Very, very, very cool. I can't wait to see that. Just one note. I was out this past weekend helping out one of my buddies, DJ Cutlass. He was doing a wedding. He's like, look, this is more of something that I want you to take hand of. He goes, he loves my MC skills. He goes, you take the mic, let me rock the crowd, and you do your thing. So we get there. We're in South Jersey, probably about an hour away from me in Philadelphia. And everything is set. We're perfect on time. We're 3 hours ahead of time. We set everything up. We're sitting down. We're ready to go. Bride comes, start talking to her, and come to say the officiant is an hour away. And we're just like, well, hey, to say, if you're going to start in about 10 minutes, as the clock says, I said, you don't have an officiant. I don't know what we're going to do. I said, I by chance. I just happened to be an officiant. I said, all you got to do is you call them, you cancel them now. And how much did they charge you? And she says, oh, he charged me X. I said, knock X off and I'll do it right now in 5 minutes. Are you guys ready to go? She was like, okay, let's go. And got everybody to go. And boom, I help a buddy out, but we also sped this thing through, and we would have waited an extra hour to get the whole show started because the officiant was late. How about that?
Crazy. It happens.
But no, it's a good thing. And if anybody's looking on extra income, I know everybody, you talk about the photo booth, talk about the 360 photo booth, you talk about getting a chocolate fountain or whatever the hottest Tickle Me Elmo thing is out there right now, to sell. Might as well take something that doesn't cost that much and spreads happiness and cheer and get ordained.
You might be onto something. What if we did like a Tickle Me Elmo chocolate photo booth?
Hey, and he's got.
I'm just saying.
A Tickle Me Elmo chocolate photo booth that has headphones, and it's sponsored by Wedding DJ Hero.
Yep. only if not available on Mac. Only on PC.
Only on PC, right? and he's got a Rubik's Cube shirt on. Oh my goodness! All right, when was the last time you saw a chocolate fountain?
Sound effects a little bit more, man.
I don't want to be like Cooper.
No, just do it. To hell with it, man. Just do it.
I'm not used to it. I got this cheesy ass MIDI controller, and I said, I got to get myself one of those. It's a nano pad. I love them. I used to have one of those back in the day before they had the real controllers. So the nano pad had 8 pads now, and you just press your 8 pads. It was MIDI controlled, and you could play your sound effects or what have you. Nowadays, every Pioneer controller has those, or every controller has those 8 pads now. And the brand new nano pad, they've upgraded it to 16 pads. I don't know if you're familiar with those little suckers or not. So, Elmo laughs. I love that. Big Earn. I didn't write that one down.
Yeah. You better take this to market before Earn does, man, because he'll have it out there. Earn will have it out there making money off it too.
I'm using Elmo laughs. He's one of our sound effects instead of.
All right, let's go, man. We're almost 18 minutes in this.
Yeah, we are. Well, I tell you what, let's jump right. Look, let's take Luke. Luke, we're just going to trial by fire. We're going to jump right into the fire. What I want you to do right now, Luke, is read Mike Vila's bio. Go.
He's the man. He's the myth. Mike.
I'm only messing. I have it right here. Here, I'll hold it up for you. You can.
Sure. Hold on. Okay. Let me see what I can do here. Hold on. 1 second.
Hey,
David, can you help me here?
Listen. What's that?
Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I got you, man. You got to put some respect on Mike's name and pretend like there's no L's in it, right? Just Mike Vila.
All right, here. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get my spectacles out. Here we go. All right. So Luke, hold on to your Red Bull here. Here we go. Mike Vila's knowledge and passion for music stems from his upbringing in the diverse melting pot of Los Angeles. His love and appreciation for music led him to study at DJ Scratch Academy, the nation's premier DJ school. Studying under some true legends in the DJ business has helped him further his craft and has led him to share his unique, high-energy, open-format mixing style to a multitude of diverse venues across the country. Mike is the chief of operations for the Social Vibe in California. God, I love that name. And the head coach for the DJ mastermind, The Levels. Mike takes extreme pride in curating and delivering musical performances that are custom tailored to each client's vision and needs. This allows him to be a mix show DJ for 2 radio stations and the Crate Hackers team. Crate Hackers curates and delivers professional DJ set lists. It is a tool to help DJs find that next banger or the songs you may have forgotten about to the largest paid DJ community in the country. This allows DJs to step outside their comfort zone and be confidently prepared for any situation. You can follow him on social media at Mike Vila DJ, MikeVilla DJ, like Mike Vila DJ, and at The Social Vibe, VIBESOCIAL Vibe. His website, www.masterthelevels.com. curates.com. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Luke, David, a big round of applause for Mike Vila.
Mikey Mike.
Yo, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
In the house.
How are you, Mike?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Super stoked to be here. Thank you so much for that awesome intro. I was just, blessed to be here, to kick off season 3. And man, that highlight reel y'all played at the beginning, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Well, the only thing that wasn't awesome about it was how much it, paused and then zip, 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 zip through like 500 photos and then pause. And then all of a sudden you hear Greg come on. Hey, it's time for the show to start. And the clock says 1 minute and 18 seconds to go.
Oh, man, I was viewing it through StreamYard. So I was like, man, this is good. I was all into it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, before we go any further, I popped this up, but I'm going to pop it up again real quick because I think it's a funny idea. Braden says we need to do an episode of creating the newest DJ equipment. This could be fun where we could just come up with crazy shit that we could do for DJing with, right?
Ooh, they had this. I forget what was it called, Tribe XL or whatever was at the DJ Expo this year in Atlantic City. But you wore one of those masks, the VR masks, and you had these 2 controllers, and it allowed you to DJ that way. I mean, I don't want to shoot it down. It looked great for the wow factor. It looked great, but I didn't get it. I mean,
Let's go.
I didn't get that. Now that's the wow factor right there. Hey,
Yeah.
look,
Let's get this going.
when you talk about now, that's something I want to try. Now, if Luke were right there next to me, I would grab those glasses and say, Luke, you just made my point though, because I love those glasses and it's something I want to get my hands on and try. Where that other Tribe XL thing, I passed by it. I looked down like, I mean, I don't know. I do not get it, but as far as the wow factor, I'd rather get my hands on what you had. Are they Mardi Gras glasses, by the way?
No, it's superhero.
Throw them back on again. Let's put them
You
on
want
the big
these
screen.
babies?
Oh,
right there.
dude, you're Captain America.
That's
Look at
it.
those.
It's
that's hot.
a cross between David when we went over to see the $1 Million Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I had those. I wish I had the photos of that. I don't have them on this computer. Those are great.
Those
Wow.
are killer.
I'm going to take them to my next drag night. That'd be great. All right. So look, I really, Mike, I want to dive into this. Can you explain to a non-educated person about Crate Hackers what Crate Hackers is? And then I have a few questions for you once you explain it to me, because I this is something I'm interested in. I want to know what it is to help me.
Yeah, definitely. Love talking about this, obviously, super passionate. But right before, I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to my boy Big Earn right there. I see him dropping in the comments. What's up, Big Earn? But yeah, so Crate Hackers is definitely, it's the brainchild of Aaron Trailer. It was honestly during COVID, it all was. I mean, we've all, obviously, we've never experienced anything like that, our industry. So it was DJs started getting super creative in developing new businesses, developing new opportunities, just a way to go ahead and generate income since, we were all just extremely hurting. Mm-hmm. So Crate Hackers actually started as basically a DJ, like to clean up your DJ library. It started, and that's the actual basis, like for Crate Hackers. It absolutely evolved into what it is now. And the team is super forward thinking and always taking into account what our community is telling us. So I want to go ahead and mute that phone. So yeah, pretty much just basically crate management, organization. We teach you how to go ahead and create the one folder to rule them all. It's about a 10-step process through our Crate Hacker, I guess, Bible, as you would go ahead and say.
Did you just say one, rewind about 10 seconds. You said one what?
One folder to rule them all. So you basically store all your MP3s, all your music in one folder.
Okay.
And for instance, like myself, I'm a Serato expert. So Serato and any DJ software is just going to flow a lot quicker. And there's reasons for it as well. It cuts down on your processing time when downloading new music, tagging everything. Also for backups, like we store everything in the. Go ahead.
You got to slow down here because now I'm getting really interested. One of the Serato flaws. And look, it's this hearsay, this or that. I've talked to OP about this. The more songs you have, the worse it performs.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There's some DJs that they come to us and I mean, I personally have a little over 5,000 songs. I think it's like 5,200. So we only want you to have the absolute bangers. You know, there's streaming options for those one-offs or songs that you're never going to play again. But yeah, people, they come to us and they have 300,000, 500,000 songs. You know, some people have over 1 million. And their Serato, literally, I've had DJs tell me when they get to a venue, they fire up Serato. That's the very first thing they do in their load-in process. Like prior to setting up, let's say, their coffin, their turntables, their speaker stands, whatever it may be, their computer is the very first thing because it takes so long to actually.
It takes so long to load, and depending upon, you know, whether you, Windows or Mac, it doesn't matter. Now, what you're saying is the folders are what slows you down, or the MP3s are what slows you down. So if I were to take 400,000 songs, dump them in one folder, call them MP3s, it would be quicker.
It would be quicker, but still gonna go ahead and labor. Just
it's gonna lag. Okay.
Yeah, it's not meant to go. But think about it right here. So, like, if you have one folder, everything is basically all easy to find. Serato's a very smart program, but it's also, you know, it's in its discovery process like that, trying to locate the MP3s. It has to go in. You know, when you load, let's say onto Deck 2, you load an MP3. It has to go to the source file wherever it's created and wherever you're housing it. So, yeah, it's got to go through, let's say, your music folder, then to, let's say, your pop folder, and then to 80s, whatever it may be. It's going down the route tree. And then by the time it gets it, that's when it loads it. That's when sometimes you see it just take longer. If you have it in one folder, it's instant, even if you have a lot of songs.
That makes sense. It's something I wanted. Look, I wanted to have to clear it up. Or at least if somebody else is, you know, having the same experience or doing whatever. So, all right. So this is clearing our folder. So all right. So back to what you're saying. Now you have one main folder, right?
Yep.
It's called the master folder. All right. Where do we go from there, buddy? Go ahead.
So, well first
off, for 1 second, because first of all, you don't need 400,000 songs. That in like 100th.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we truly just preach having the bangers. Let's take. I would say a majority of people watching right now are private event DJs, you know, specifically weddings. And I mean, a wedding reception, like the open dance portion, typically I would say at most is 2 hours. So or roughly 2 hours. I mean, even if you're power mixing, such like me, like I'm going through a song like once every minute or less, you know, minute 30 max. And so you could still only play maybe 100 songs if you're just power mixing.
2 hours?
There's no need. Yeah, there's no need to have.
What song do you play? How you're playing 100 songs in 2 hours?
Yeah, roughly.
What are you mixing every 10 seconds?
Yeah,
no, really. I'm dead serious. I mean, are you
Yeah.
one of those like a DJ Scribble that plays the first stanza and the first chorus and mixing out? Because I mean, I'm talking in a 2 hour party, we're lucky to fit about maybe 40 songs.
Oh wow, yeah. Out
Well,
here on the West
do
Coast,
your math. They're 4 minutes. If a song's 4 minutes at the minimum, right? 4 minutes, you're going to pay 15 songs an hour if they're 4 minute minimum. I mean, Run Around Sue. All right, I'll give you about 3 minutes and 20 seconds on Run Around Sue. But you start playing the 90s club bangers and all that, we're easy 4 minutes. But you're not going to play the whole song of One More Time, or you're not going to play the whole thing. I get it. But Dancing Queen, you know, you're talking the bangers that we're playing at the weddings. I mean, Journeys Don't Stop Believing.
But you could still play a banger and not have to play the full 4 minutes of it either, though. And I think that's what Mike is getting at is, you know, especially now, a lot of these pools and clubs or like, you know, record pools or things like that, which, by the way, Braden asked this question about what other music companies are you similar to, which we'll get to that in a second, because I think a misconception that some people have about Create Hackers is Create Hackers is not a music provider. It's a music curator. That's
my next question too.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, this is not a pool. This is a crate, right, buddy?
Yeah. So yeah, shout out my boy Tyler Wallace, who's also part of the Crate Hackers team. He just chimed in. So yeah, rule number one, Crate Hackers is not a record pool. We like to refer to it as almost the white pages record pools. So we actually partner with a lot of the best, most well-known record pools, and we have direct back-end access to their websites. So you could go, like, let's say Tyler, Aaron, myself, we go ahead and we curate a crate. Let's just say you just said 90s bangers. So let's say 90s club. And it's a lot of the, you know, that sort of stuff, Night at the Roxbury. So we could have, let's say, a 60 to 100 song list, and you could go in there, you could grab whatever song you see that's in order. Everything we produce is in BPM and harmonically mixed. So in BPM order and harmonically mixed. So it's full music theory, taking into effect. So everything just sounds better. And you could just right there from our app, which we have a desktop app, or the website, you could directly download to your hard drive if you're a part of that record pool. So it makes it super easy for you. It's honestly, it's a big time saver. It's like touched on earlier about having basically prepares you for any situation and to be confident. Like I myself am not a country DJ, but I'm in Bakersfield, I'm in Bakersfield, California, and it is a country town. And everything, even though my style is really extremely club heavy and West Coast club, it's if you're gonna get those guests that they come up with the cowboy hat or something, they're like, hey, can you play like just on Saturday? Can you play a line dancer, like something we could swing to in country? And I'm like, yeah, give me a couple minutes, and I'll just go into.
You just solved the problem for a lot of DJs right there. You just said it, like country, right? Obviously, there's reggae and reggaeton, right?
Yep.
Latin, salsa, merengue, stuff like that. There's so many DJs that say no to shows because they don't have that ability, and you can provide them with that ability. That is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it truly is where, of course, like I still would never take, me personally, an event that is out of my comfort zone like that. Like if they want a full country wedding, I'm gonna respectfully say no. But if people come up to me and they ask for something like that, and then we outsource to the hottest DJs in the game. For instance, like our country playlist, we had DJ Silver, who's the touring DJ for Jason Aldean on, and we go to like the source. I have my buddy that's Big J from Jamaica, and they, the community was asking for a soca crate. And people are like, look, I have no clue about this, but I like the way it sounds. Like, I don't know what they're saying, and I was like, hey, Big J, can you hook me up right here? And he did. And I think we put out something probably like around 60 songs, a crate. So you can go in there and you can just have a blast. There's Glenn Renda is our resident alien at Crate Hackers. He's the developer. He's the brainchild. Basically, Tyler, Aaron, and myself, we'll sit down. We just literally throw crap at the wall, ideas, stuff that the community has put out to us, and Glenn makes it all happen. He is awesome. He's an alien.
Shout out to Glenn. That dude is awesome.
Mike, can I ask a question on?
Yes, sir.
You were mentioning earlier. There's a step process to getting through this. So you mentioned first dumping everything into one folder. I've signed up for Crate Hackers. And then I was ready to start and to dive in, and I literally hit the COVID button, switched off, and then the events went crazy. So I literally haven't had a second to sit down and even kind of implement this. So can you give me a little bit of a background on someone like me that what is my process and time to make it actually work for myself and others like me who would need to put something like this together?
Yeah, great question. So obviously right now, a lot of the DJs all over across the country, thankfully are back out gigging and just slam pack right now. Like I know here on the West Coast, wedding season is just in full force just because of the weather. So yeah, I would highly suggest, rule number one with us is back up everything you have prior to attempting, our little gauntlet that we have. But yeah, you definitely want to have at least a weekend off, and it's gonna take time. You're gonna have to put in work. There's no magic cure all, just one button. Even though Glenn has created like our desktop app and some amazing thing. Glenn actually created a tool. Part of our app is you can actually how everyone, like I'm sure everyone, majority of people watching this right now don't have the one folder to roll them all, and you have how I said like hip hop and then hip hop clean, hip hop dirty, hip hop 90s, hip hop 2000s. That was a standard way. That's actually how they taught me at Scratch DJ Academy as well. And Glenn actually made it super easy. He made a tool where his tools basically extracts all of those subfolders and puts it all in one folder for you. So bam. And then it also at the same time in kind of, it's not its intended purpose, but it takes out the duplicates that you have and it puts them in another folder for your review. Nothing we do in our desktop app is intrusive, so it's not going to delete anything on your computer. It's not going to, Glenn's super against that. He's not going to, he doesn't want to have that email that will keep him up awake for nights, like you ruined my whole entire hard drive. So that's also another caveat of having the one folder to roll them all. You have literally zero chance of having duplicates. If you try to download and then you use the method of like in your web browser, like for instance, I use Google Chrome, both in Safari and Google Chrome. When you download a song from a record pool, you could go ahead into the advanced settings and have it ask you each time where to go ahead and place your MP3 that you're downloading. And if if you go ahead and you select your all folder, which is mine is called, it'll say, you know, a file already exists with this name, you know, would you like to discard or something, would you like to replace? And so it's literally a fail safe where you'll never have another duplicate again.
Another question, Mike, if you don't mind me asking, I am unfortunately one of those guys that has way too big of a hard drive right now. You know, it's just been collecting over the years. In fact, to the point where I know that loading into my deck, I gotta wait for it to load for a second or two, otherwise it's not going to work. So I definitely want to, you know, do some crate management. What about those like myself who also has videos and even karaoke kind of all into this? And obviously, again, I know I need to do some work, but how does it work with those formats as well? Does it work with those? Is it done? How does it kind of play out?
The desktop app does recognize MP4, and we actually partnered with maybe Glenn and Tyler can help me with. I know Extendamix is one of the video pools, and there is another one. I'm trying to think off the top of my hat. So you could go in there and basically with our app, what it does is it spits out. Let's just say I did a 50 song crate, and I just did one the other day. It was called Rap Dance Party 8 from a club set, and yeah, you go in there, it scans your hard drive, you upload all your local files into the app, and it scans your hard drive and it tags them. And so it puts them just like how we did, and it allows you to go ahead and select the edit you like best, the version, whether clean or dirty. So crate hacker, people have the misconception about crate hackers. They're like, hey, you're making it way too easy for DJs to DJ. And it's like, that's not its intended purpose. I'm sorry, not everyone is a professional hip hop DJ. Not everyone's DJing on the radio, hip hop shows. Not everyone's DJing country. Not everyone's DJing reggaeton, things of that nature. But then at the same time, like we have, you know, there's over 1,500 crates that we've done in hundreds of genres, like some way out genres that even I'm like, wow, where did you guys source this from? That's awesome. You know, like just to go and reach out to the people that really do this for a living. But we also want you to put your own spin on it. Like you could get our pop dance party crate, and let's say you're a Moomba DJ and you just grab all those, but with Moomba remixes from the record pool. Because you could go in there, if some of our record pools, they've completely tied in. A lot of them, you know, it's awesome how they're lining up to, you know, join us and partner with us. With them giving us full access to their back end of their website. If let's say It Wasn't Me by Shaggy is on one of our crates, you could go, it'll actually tell you when you look at all the record pulls in the drop down, it'll say like, let's say DJ City, 8 versions, DMS, 16 versions, whatever it may be. And then you could right there select exactly the one that fits you. I spin out there towards David, where David's out there in Florida on Play FM radio, and I on the an electro house show. So I go in there and I look at some of our crates and I grab all the electro house remixes. So you definitely, we want it to go ahead, you to put all your fingerprints all over it. So that way it's not the same. You don't have, you know, 20,000 DJs across the country playing the same exact music. We definitely like, so the way I use crate hackers personally is I go in and out. You know, I'll grab 4 songs from one crate. Let's say West Coast hip hop, then I'm going to pop dance party, then I'm going to country, then I'm going to reggaeton. And it's just basically I'm going everywhere because every single crate we put out, it's just the full bangers. And that's why I only have like 5,000 songs. But to answer your question, Luke, to go back to loading, yeah, definitely. I mean, we touched on earlier, like how, you know, I power mix like crazy through a set. So some of my songs I only play is only like Just a Girl, for instance, by No Doubt. I'm only going to play that iconic, that riff at the beginning, that ding, 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 ding. So I'm only going to loop that 8-bar intro, and I'm going to beat match that. And then I'm going to scratch into something else. I just want guests to hear that little ding, 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 ding. So yeah, I'm never playing the full song. And it's like reggaeton. There you go. So yeah, I'm never playing the full song. And how you're saying, it takes some time if you have a lot of music to load up. And then you can't do that sort of advanced, like, you know, extreme power mixing if it's going to take you 15 seconds, or, you know, you may run into, I mean, we're all DJs here. We've all been there where it's like, you know, you're talking to someone, or let's say the bride or groom, someone's talking to you, planner, and then all of a sudden you look and you're like, it's flashing. Like on my Serato, I have it where it's like set, and you're like, oh crap. And then like, if it takes you, you know, 15 seconds to load a song, you're kind of screwed. You're going to have to loop that. I mean, you can get creative, but still it's like the stress that we take out of an event and actually allow us to do what we love best. We all became DJs, honestly, for the love and passion of music. I mean, it's a business. Don't get me wrong. The DJ world is absolutely a business. It's what I do full time. But, you know, we always have to go back to what made us fall in love with this. We're blessed to do this for a living, but it's something that you should be able to enjoy on a dance floor and not be stressed out, not have to worry about, oh man, I don't have this. What if I'm not prepared? And it's so cool when we receive messages all the time in our private Facebook group or through email, like, thank you so much. Last night was awesome. I've never rocked a dance floor like that. Or, you know, they asked for this random genre. They're like, and I went to your Spotify or Beatport, which we have links to, and they just played the crate, like a couple songs directly from there. And they're like, you know, you get those things where, you know, the parents of the bride, the people paying your bill, a lot of times are like, come up and ask for that random song. And they're like, oh, you had it. Thank you so much. Here's $200 tip. And you're like, just paid for about half of your crate hackers.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Anything, David?
I'm just loving hearing it, man.
Ah.
I love hearing it. I told you in the beginning, I'm a friggin' Mike Vila fanboy, so he could talk forever, and I love hearing everything he has to share.
All right.
Thank you,
Hey,
man. I
Mike,
appreciate it. I love you, brother.
here's a quick. Does it create those little crate files that you see inside of? I guess it's I forget where it's. Oh, it's located on your hard drive. Wherever you store your music, there's a little or Serato, you know, playlists, and I think it's in the backup folder or whatever.
Yeah.
It creates those for you, is what you're saying?
Well, whenever, you could go ahead and you can extract, and you're talking about the underscore Serato underscore, and then it has like the sub crates.
Yes.
So what it does is, when you go into our desktop app and you download everything, you can export right there directly to your DJ software of choice. The only one, so like for instance, I use Serato. You can press the export to Serato function, or you can export as M3 if you want to put it, and you open up your Serato and that bad boy's in there.
Okay, now when you say it, and let's rewind on it, you said your DJ software of choice, because obviously other guys have different things. What software do you also support?
All of them. The only one,
Denon,
is the
DJ Tractor, Record Box.
And
cool.
The only one that doesn't have full support is Denon. They're just a little bit different, but there's a workaround through Virtual DJ that you go ahead and because since Virtual DJ is free, you go ahead and you export, and then you go ahead and grab that. And Glenn has a little tutorial in our in our community, but Tyler, we have actually experts for each section. So Tyler is the king of Virtual DJ world. He is a master at that, a whiz. Aaron takes Record Box, as well as Big Earn right here takes Tractor, and Glenn is the resident Denon user.
Wow. Okay. Fabulous. All right. So you got each guy is helping out with each different software. Fabulous. All right. That's great.
And then another cool part about our community, what we do is we're located in all different parts of the country. So we cover all regions. And we kind of stick to our specialties. For instance, like I do a lot of the club work, club sets, and the West Coast it's different. The type of music we have, like our weddings. Like earlier you touched on Run Around Sue and a couple of the songs, and I was like, man, I don't know when's the last time I played that. Like my weddings, I'm playing like Mo Bamba, things of that nature. Like I'm playing
totally different,
E40. Yeah, it's definitely
totally different,
and it's so cool because you could go to Tyler, for instance, who is in Boston, and an East Coast wedding, like a classic East Coast wedding, you could rock that. And so I have them all loaded in my Serato, and I just look at the crowd. And you just mentioned my homegirl, DJ Jess. She actually created a wedding set for us, Mitch Taylor up in Michigan. So Jess is in Pittsburgh. You have different locations all over the country. And you definitely, how Tyler's saying, our wedding crates open up a whole new set of eyes. Yeah, because we encourage them to step outside the box. People look at my thing and they're like, you really play Gold Digger at a wedding? I'm like, every wedding. Absolutely.
I played it last night.
I'm like, I don't know. Because
a
lot of DJs are stuck in the mentality that you can't play certain things, that it has to be lovey-dovey, or it can't be, suggestive. I'm like, why? You know what? A wedding at the altar, definitely. The wedding's extremely formal. But once you get to reception, it's a party now. It's a celebration, and that's what people want. People don't want to say, hey, you know what? Last night your wedding was awesome. All the songs were lovey-dovey. No, they want to say, hey, my butt cheeks moved in opposite directions and I had a good time. So
Okay, that's awesome. No, yeah, it's our job to do the right thing, not say, oh, I don't want to play gold digger because somebody told me it wouldn't work.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I think we should make that our catchphrase. We'll make your butt cheeks move in opposite direction.
You know what? For the longest, that was my Instagram. That was my Instagram tagline because yeah, that was actually a request. A girl came up to me at a club one time and she's like, "Can you play something that make my butt cheeks go in opposite directions?" I was like, "Absolutely, yeah." Like
That's happening to David right now.
Yeah. There you go. See?
Hey, see, it works.
Now you're getting better with the sound effects. I like it. Luke just pitched you a softball and you knocked it out of the park.
Knocked it out of the park. That's right. I just got to remember what damn button to push.
That's all right.
That's awesome.
I need button hackers over here. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. See?
Hey,
that's a new equipment right there.
Sponsored by Tickle Me Elmo. All right, I got you.
Write that down, Mike. Button hackers.
Right. One thing I do want to just put out there briefly before we move on off Crate Hackers was we actually Glenn just developed a new thing where you can actually, a lot of brides go ahead, couples, they give you a Spotify list like, hey, this is what I would like at my wedding. Yes. You can now upload that. It's going to source, your local hard drive through our app, and it could automatically fill your DJ software with their requests. So that's a massive time saver. And it's just it's gonna solve so many problems for y'all. Definitely. It just like it just you have a forward-thinking team and the backing of a massive DJ community, and they're always throwing stuff at us like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And sometimes we're like, oh, that's actually a pretty good idea. So we try to see what we could do to make it happen for them.
Yeah, man. When my dude Frank Smith told me about that particular feature right there, I was like, oh hell yeah, dude, that is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is the other one. Yes, the CBS.
Oh, wow.
I just used this. Tyler, thanks for bringing this up, man. Because
great.
The last 2 or 3 events that I did, I just used this because I was just saying to myself, I used to like take all of the requests and I would one by one drag them over into like a virtual folder. You know what I'm saying? And then I got lazy doing that because I'm like, I got a lot of other shit to do. I feel I feel like this is low on the totem pole of like, shit like I need to get done. And then when I found out about this, I was like, oh, it's a game changer. Mm-hmm. So Tyler, thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
that's hot.
Yeah, man,
that's really hot.
I see the whole Crate Hackers team right here. I see Roland, Tyler. Yeah, your man Frank Smith. He's definitely
dude, man.
Backbone right there to the team.
That's my dude, man. I keep telling him one day, man, I'm gonna get on the team with you guys somehow. I don't know what I can bring to the table, but I could just be an honorary member, and I'd be okay with that.
Let's chat. Definitely, you're awesome, man. Love what you do with the community. We go back some, and you're just always inspiring. You definitely have the dopest photos, though. I always like going to your Instagram, your social dudes right there, just like, man. Post it up, boom, in like a subway. It's dope. I can't wait to see what you're gonna do in Boston.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do some fun stuff while we're here.
Awesome.
All right, but let's move. I'm interested. What is it? It's master the DJ levels, mastermind. Can you speak a bit about that? We haven't. And then we're gonna hit about that hot hat. But then that is the end. We're gonna talk about that hat later. But now talk about master the levels, DJ Mastermind. Yeah. What is that?
Awesome. Yeah. So Master the Levels Mastermind is a DJ mastermind that we created. My partner at TSB, Gabriel Garzaro, and his wife Alex Garzaro. It's basically Big Earn is actually an honorary premier member. He's one of a founder. Master Levels. He was in our first crew. It's basically a 6-month full mastermind, basically creating a business, learning how to go ahead and treat your DJ company like a business and DJing, not just a side hustle or a hobby. Building it up, we cover literally everything. Mondays are for business and Tuesdays are for trainings, full performance schedule. So it's advanced mixing, showing different. I taught a full course in Ableton, for instance, and how to go ahead and create a mix from scratch in Ableton, how to create a live mix on your turntables and clean it up in Ableton, to go ahead and put out content. 2 of our members already got on the radio by putting out content. every single person in master levels has absolutely more than doubled their starting price when they came to us, because we do a full interview at the beginning. We only want people that are fully invested, and you want to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. And I'm happy to say, like, my proudest thing with Master Levels is the community and family that has been created. Like, we have our own private Facebook group, and it's so cool if one of like myself, Gabe, or Alex are at an event or whatever it may be, we can't get to it. Like, they put all kinds of questions, and our other members answer it. And it's so cool. Like, I go in there like a proud papa, like, man, you guys are killing it. Like, this is awesome. And so we have at the end of every mastermind, we have a full immersion retreat conference. So we just had one in Florida. We were in, man, where were we in Florida? Tampa. We went to Tampa a few months back, and it is a full conference like how you would see, obviously not at the level of like Expo, which I was just at, or things of that nature. It's more only members of MTL.
It's more intimate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's those conferences, how it is. Like, you always get gold, you get nuggets at any conference, like when you're seeing keynote speakers or any speaker speaking. But I personally have to say my favorite part about conferences is that hallway talk, is the talk at the bar, is that dinner with people you just met. And man, it must have been like 3 a.m.
Or when you have like peanut butter and jellies all night long together.
Yeah. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. Take us back to the DJC, the Coachella.
Mike, two things that you touched on about that. And before I say this and before I forget, can you please, while I'm saying this, will you please text my number to Tyler Wallace so that I can connect with him?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
ask him to text me so I can connect with him while I'm here. But 2 things that
right.
you said that I really love about what you guys are doing. Number 1 is the interview process. I think a lot of times what happens in these types of masterminds and these type of get-togethers is you don't have all of the like-minded people, which is my second part of what you said. You don't always have those like-minded people together. And I was just in a conference in a very similar, more of like a retreat deal in Nashville. And first of all, it was awesome for what it was, but it ended up not being what we originally thought we were going there for. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Because there were people, not to coin the term, but there were people on different levels. Mm-hmm. And I think it's okay for people to be on different levels from the standpoint of where they are in their business. But sometimes when you get a group of people together where, and we see this at the show, actually, Luke and I were just talking about this earlier. Sometimes people will go to these shows for the seminars. Sometimes people will go to these shows because of the location, and they just want to hang out and goof off and all of that stuff. In a big setting where there's, hundreds or thousands of people at the show, then that's kind of amplified to the point where it's not such a bad thing. But when you've got 10 people, 12 people, less than 15 people in a room together, it's so much more productive when all of those people are hungry and all of those people want to grow and all of those people want to learn. And you don't have, one, I don't want to say bad apple, but you don't have like one odd person out who's like, oh, I just do this for fun, or, I just do this because, my spouse has a great job and I just get bored. So this is fun money for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can really create a dynamic that kind of deflates the whole situation sometimes, so I love the fact, I'm saying all to say that I love and commend you guys for doing that and making sure that from your level of commitment from leadership, you're taking the very first step in the people who say yes to being, a part of your program and saying, we want to connect you with people that are like you. We want to connect you with people that when this weekend is over or when this process is over, you're going to create a bond with people that's going to go way beyond this process. And that's huge.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. That definitely is, it means a lot coming from you. And it's, I remember a conversation you and I had a couple of years ago. It was like, about inspiring the community, about, being industry standouts, you know, of leading the next generation. Things are changing, honestly. And I just look back at, you know, the people who have paved the way for us, you know, for success, and, you know, absolute respect and thanks, you know, to a lot of the older DJs that have retired. Like, we wouldn't be here without them.
Mhm.
And DJ is definitely changing. There's going to be a time when, you know, let's say in 20 years, you know, 30 years, where people like are going to say, hey, you know, the Crate Hackers team, or, you know, David, like, thank you so much for everything you did. And it is changing. I know, like, at least all the gigs that I get, it's Aaron and I had a chat that it's like almost club work and weddings, for instance, private events have all merged almost. At least it's the couples nowadays, they want to hear what they hear at the club, and vice versa. It's like we definitely say that we're wedding DJs that do clubs, you know, because we're professional MCs as well. You have to be able to get on the mic, you have to be able to host an event, you have to be able to give guess, you know, direction of what's going to happen in the evening, not just like a standard club DJ that, you know, they really don't, you know, they'll talk about bar specials, and I love, you know, or they'll get the crowd hype. A lot of club DJs are super dope to get everyone hype, but it's just they're two completely different animals. But a lot of DJs nowadays are walking that fine line between the two of them.
Well, and I think we live in a society where, number one, the people that are getting married, all of them have always had one of these all of their lives. Yeah. But even a step further, a lot of their parents have had one of these for a very long time. And, and I mean, DJs need to understand that, because having this device that allows you to basically be your own DJ to some extent has a psychological value to people. And it's not like the days of old where bands were the thing. And I'm not discrediting bands. I mean, there's some still phenomenal bands out there. But, you know, again, the generation that we're in now they're used to being their own DJ. Yeah. They were playing, we joke about it all the time, wedding DJ Hero, but shit, these kids were playing DJ Hero on their Xboxes and stuff like that. I mean, it is a part, and not only that, from a commercial standpoint, movies, TV, advertisements, things like that, DJs don't look like jackass idiots anymore. Think about back in the 80s and 90s, like seriously, and even kind of the early 2000s, like DJs were always like these goofy, stupid idiots in the different things. And now, like, even like Modelo has a commercial for that female DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a real thing now. And it is important that we, as people who love this craft, embrace that from not only a craft standpoint, but from a professional standpoint. And I don't mean craft beer. Absolutely. I mean what we do.
Some of that too, but yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, man. Sure, you preach it loud. It's, you know, this industry, I always say, I love this industry. I'm so thankful for this industry. It allows me to support my family and do something that I love, something that I've been doing since I was in high school. And it's awesome. Just always looking forward to see what we can do to take it to, you know, the next level.
Nice. Tyler, I got your message. Thank you, man. I'm going to hit that dude up after we get done.
Tyler's a good dude. Really good dude.
Hey, all right. So you hit the master DJ mastermind and all that. What is that hot hat, the social vibe? What is that you? Is this your brand? Is this you, or what is this? I love anything with vibe in it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's our motto right there. It's a vibe. The Social Vibe TSV is actually a production company out here in Bakersfield, California, is where we're headquarters. We do events all over the country. Basically, we refer to ourselves as a production company because we do a lot of productions. We do sound, we do full lighting events, special effects, and DJing is also another revenue stream for us. Photo booths. Basically the full gamut. A lot of our planners, big name planners, come to us and they just have a vision. And like, we just got back from production up in the mountains, and it's one of those weddings where you just, you know, planner tells us what she wants, what she needs, and we take a team up there and we make it happen, and we just bill her afterwards. Like, we give a rough estimate, like, oh, it's going to cost you about $12K. And, you know, you go up there and like any production, like costs go up depending on like everything, honestly, weather, what's happening. You show up to site and we could take a trailer full of full power distro, all sorts of gear. And yeah, we go out there and like, we were in Ventura on the coast for 4 days recently. And it was basically this couple had, for their 50th wedding anniversary, they had a venue built right behind their house. Like, so we provided the full entire power distro, 2 generators. We ran power for the entire venue, for the kitchen, for the green room, for the band. We had special effects everywhere. So it was pretty dope.
You guys, that was the one you guys had the Astera lights at, and you guys had like what, like I think you had like 8 cold sparks at that thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. That one was. We had 12 cold spark units. I think we had 54 Asteras. We had, like I said, 2 generators. We ran probably miles worth of cable. It was nuts. And hey, there he is. There's the master right there, Mr. Aaron Traylor.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, the man behind Crate Hackers, man. Glad you're here, dude.
There he is. There's the boss man right there.
We got to get Aaron. We got to try to get you on the show sometime, man. That's what happens when you hit the wrong button, right? Well, I don't know. Somebody, Luke, tell a joke real quick, man.
Yeah, right, Luke.
Put the mask back on.
Yeah, there you go.
It's supposed to be that,
on, bro.
Yeah, it's not as easy as that. Oh,
cool. Aaron, thank you, man. Thank you. We're gonna connect with you and get you on the show for real.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. So, all right, the social vibe, and you guys are killing it out there. That it sounds like you're killing it, right?
We're trying our best out here to be leaders on the West Coast and giving it everything we got.
All right. So with that being said, Tyler, Glenn, Luke, Dave, and myself all want one of those hats since you're killing it.
Right. This one right here. This one's this pink one is my brand. So it's a 1 of 1, but we can make it happen for y'all with some regular TSV hats. I got y'all.
Oh, that's awesome,
nice.
brother.
You say that's a 1 of 1?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All our DJs have their brand color as their.
I get it, dude. I have some 1 of 1 jerseys that people keep trying to get from me. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's literally a 1 of 1.
Yeah, Gabriel. I mean, you know my brother Gabriel. He's always about his Louis V, his bloody shoes. So he got his brand colors, the Louis V red. So his hat is red, and then one of our guys got gold. I think Big Earn actually got the gold one. He got it in AC.
Nice.
Oh, Tyler, you got a pink one? Darn. So Gabriel must give you one of mine.
Oh, is that pink on yours?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Oh, yeah, like your logo pink. Okay, I got you. It looks a little red from my side, but now I can tell.
Oh, there you go. There it is.
Because of all that lighting in there, David. I can't help it.
Right? Exactly. All this lighting in here.
And is Philip referring to Crate Hackers or?
Philip, put in the comments which what you're referring to, and we'll see what we can do to help you out. Oh, Tyler's saying his brand colors are.
Oh.
Look at Glenn. He's like, here's my brand, here's my SKU for my brand colors. Make sure it looks exactly like this, or I'm sending that shit back to you.
You know what, I definitely look at, like, this is why. I mean, we started off as a team, and with Crate Hackers, and it truly has become family. Like, I love those dudes. Whenever we're having, we got together during COVID, and to this day, actually, the entire team has not been together. We've had 2 outings that we were supposed to go to, and one thing or another came up, unfortunate circumstances, but it's just it truly is a family of people that love what they do, love each other, and these dudes are the real deal right here. Definitely.
That's so awesome. So Philip said our last 4 shows. Yeah. So Philip, you can catch all of our shows actually if you just go inthecuepodcast.com. Right above Mike's head there, inthecuepodcast.com. That will take you to directly to our YouTube channel where all of our stuff is on there. So cool. Thank you, Philip. Man, I appreciate that so much. Appreciate that. Yep, literally is. Yeah. See, and this is why I'm saying I want to be down with you guys. Like, even if I'm honorary member that just is like old Papa Bear that hangs out with y'all and remember those days when we used to use them vinyl records?
I would love to. How about this? I would love to go ahead and Greg and Luke and David. I know you're a part of Crate Hackers, but join in on the fun. We could set up another time off air, and I'll give you all a quick. Aaron has a 3-minute video that we could go ahead if you want to put the link to. Tyler, if you got it. But it just shows basically the inside of Crate Hackers, what it truly is. But I would love to give the 3 of you guys a personal tour of it, sometime off camera, and take about 15 minutes and show you the ropes.
That'd be killer.
Yeah, I
I'd
love that.
it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, no, I think this is a game changer. I think it's a game changer.
Look at this.
Like I said, I mean, I'm not
Holy, time out. Where do you have like one of those air horn something? There we go. Get all of them. Get every one of them.
Wait, I'm going back to this. Hold on.
Oh my God. Look at that. Aaron, thank you, man. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
So you heard it from the boss man. The boss man hooked y'all up.
Wow.
Really appreciate you having me on. I would love to, definitely love for you. I'll put us in a group text afterwards and get you with Aaron and the whole team.
With that said, that's awesome, dude. And with that said, then we should do two things. One, we should just add them to the team above all of our stuff with this show, if that's what you guys are going to do, and you're going to be that beautiful. Oh yeah, no, I mean, if you're gonna do that for us and our guys, we need to reciprocate and do the same thing. But not only that, there's something David and I have been talking about anyway, about doing or taking 10-15 minutes a show and having like a spotlight thing. And that is just for whomever and whatever. I think that this should be almost a spotlight / yearly or seasonal thing, David. And
it's funny that you say that, because I was just thinking to myself too. I know that this podcast is really DJ heavy, and like some of my other podcasts that I do, it wouldn't be as prevalent or as valuable. But for this podcast, I think it would be incredibly valuable. And of course, we can talk about all this stuff offline and everything, Mike, and the rest of the guys. Mm-hmm. But I do think it would be great to, even if we have to do some recorded content sometimes, if you guys can't always make it live, but I'd love to do like a 10-minute crate hacker hack or something that we could just throw up there. So we could just throw it up there, and every couple of episodes just have something new from you guys.
Tip of the week,
to really
tip of the day.
Maximize to use the damn thing.
Yes. Great idea.
Yeah. I like that tip of the day. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Awesome.
Now you're giving me an idea for some sound effects. I need like a bell, like ding, 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 ding to hit. So if I had that, I'd be hitting it the whole time, Dave. Hold on.
I also want to shout out Roland. My bad. Roland is the newest member of Roland Thibodeau, the newest member of the Crate Hackers team. We're so stoked to have him. He actually moved out from Vegas to Nashville out there with Aaron to work with Premier and Crate Hackers. So is he related to Coach Thibodeau? I don't know, man, but he's a good-looking dude who's smart as hell. But no, it shows you how all in this team is. I mean, my man moved across the country, and so I didn't want to forget him when I spoke about the team. So shout out Roland.
All right. Very cool. Shout out to Roland. All right. You gotta, Dave will get it, but send us your logo. Make sure we get the Crate Hackers logo so we can start pimping you guys and going forth with that. But yeah, I think that's a great idea to continue to education and utilize, because this is going to help educate. I think it's a beautiful tool to utilize. And if Prince, one of my start students is in the house, I mean, this is something you guys got to look into. Whether you're an advanced DJ that have been doing this for 20 years or you're brand new, this can give you certain tools that it's unique to them. I don't see anybody else doing this, guys. This is great.
And I tell you, what I think it does. Sorry, Luke. Yeah. I'll kick it back to you here in a second. I think what it does is somebody said it earlier. It opens your mind to be able to understand more about music programming, about genres of music that you're not familiar with.
Right.
Like Mike mentioned it earlier about country music. I should be better about it, because honestly, where I live, country is pretty prevalent. But I'm not like the biggest fan of country music. But because I can say this, because of Crate Hackers and the country crates that are there, I can make myself look like a superstar to the events that I'm at.
That's
because this is letting me know what those people want to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have to know it. Same thing like you said about the Latin music. I don't know what the hell these people are saying. Thank God I hope I have the clean versions because I'm in trouble if I don't.
Look,
but I just know that they sound great and the people on the dance floor love them. And again, shout out to Aaron, Mike.
That's great.
Tyler,
Look,
all you dudes.
and it works in reverse. All of these older DJs that are afraid of doing the younger parties, you can help them out with these crates, these brand new crates, and saying, here's what you're going to play for a Sweet 16, guys. Here's what you're going to play at a school party. Am I not mistaken?
We actually have we have 3 charts. They're living charts, and one of them is a TikTok. We don't do TikTok crates because it changes every week.
Right.
But if someone comes up, I personally have had, maybe let me know if y'all have had, like, I'm at an event or a club and I have someone come up and be like, oh, can you play a TikTok song? And I'm like, before, like, Googling, like, famous TikTok song. Now you can literally pull up right there in our website and it will give you the top 100 TikTok songs at the moment, like as of today.
Oh, wow.
And you can actually pull that off. And again, download those from your favorite record pool if we're partnered and make it happen.
Wow.
All right. Greg, did you get this? Great.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah, totally. No, Tyler, the Crate Hackers. Thank you, Tyler.
Luke, what were you going to say earlier? I cut you off, man. I apologize.
No. I honestly, until this podcast, I had no idea about the importing from Event Planner, my playlist. I mean, I literally sat there this weekend for all 3 weddings I personally did. And I sat there and I did one song and I'm like, I have no time anymore. Like, and that's a game changer. Just that alone.
Yes. That alone right there. That alone. Right. Even if we get, hell, I can change a list into a CSV and then oh my God, just knowing that alone that you can import that it is. There are so many useful things. I am so glad that I went into this blind to just ask you these questions and then learn. And now, like, oh my God, like, especially if we do a thing with the show where, here are your Crate Hackers, tips. Oh my goodness. Wow. Amazing.
Awesome.
So,
I'm awesome.
blown away because this is going to help me. I was just doing it. I'll go back to country. I'm not the best country DJ in the world, but if I take 5-6 hours and I go through the massive amount of country I have, and I'm like, oh, here's one. I create what you guys have already done for me. If I'm not mistaken here, I take that 4, 5, 6 hours. I said, all right, here's a country crate, and it's and because of that crate, I'm getting more. Oh, can you give me your card? But I'm not a country DJ.
Yeah.
But you played some great music. You gave me those tools and allowed me to do that. I can't believe that this can't help me in all different genres. Not only country, it's going to help me out in Latin music.
Everything.
It's going. Just where I'm not the best. I can play it. I can do it. But if I had those tools at my hands, you're allowing me to create like a master artwork with the right tools. So bravo.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, and it definitely is that you could go in there, you could deep dive. And honestly, one of my favorite features when it comes to sets is we have live set lists. So like we have, stuff of, I know Aaron has put up stuff. I put up stuff. Tyler's put up stuff, like stuff that we absolutely like crushed. Like we were like, man, this wedding was going crazy. And we have, or from the clubs, Aaron, like clubs in Nashville, from like the Nudies or Johnny Cash, like live actual set lists. And so you could go in there and be like, man, I play like a 10-minute set from Aaron's live set, and I know he crushes it all the time. So I could do DJ Silver's, like some of his stuff, his handpicked tracks. So it's like, it definitely makes you sound like an absolute superstar. And once you put your own spin on it, game changer. Here
a couple interesting things that I've heard recently. Yacht Rock. You have something like that?
Multiple.
Literally. And what was the other one they were telling me? It was not jazz hop. Is it like it's hip hop / jazz hop? This was the genre that I came across. Now it could have been New York, Philly thing and East Coast. I don't know.
We get deep dive. I know Aaron did a backpack crate and like backpack rap. Yeah, like there it gets New Jack Swing. I know Digital Dave.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Digital Dave has done 2 crates from, I believe 2 from New Jack Swing, and there's all kinds of just
that's killer. I can't
just
wait.
Type in the search bar.
Okay. Oh wow. I'm getting excited to look at this. Wow.
Mike, what about
you're saying jazz hop? Yeah. See.
Wow. Okay. I'm just learning about this stuff, and I'm you know, and like I said, you're never too old to learn about all these crazy new genres or things or that. But once I started listening to it, I'm like, oh, I know what this is. Oh, there's a name for it now. Instead of me picking once again a crate, and that's what I atone it to. And he just said it in the comments. Spotify playlist is where it's at now. I mean, David, can you attest to me if you and Luke, you guys are and sure, I'm sure you're doing thousands of weddings now. That's all I'm getting. I'm getting. And if I'm able to take that list that she gives me and she goes, this is what I want. I put it together, especially for my sweet 16, my wedding, my whatever it is. And I can transfer that over to a crate.
Yeah.
Oh, all hell.
But Greg, that is the exact proof of what I was saying earlier. These couples, these clients, these people that we're dealing with, they are their own music programmers, right? Like they're creating their own playlist.
But then that sells the old school guy on me, Mike, because I was the guy that would say, well, I need 500,000 songs. See, now you've just sold me as I don't need 500,000 goddamn songs, excuse my French. But what I do need is the right game plan beforehand, because
there you go.
All right, Uncle Joe or Uncle John wants to hear this song. In my head, I'm like, I would have had it on my 500,000 hard drive. I can stream that one song if it's going to make dude happy.
We have Spotify. We recently partnered with Beatport, and since they have full DJ integration now, you could just go in there and grab one of our crates off of that and instantly play that song.
Okay.
Mike, I have a question for you.
Yes. Make it a trending hashtag, please.
Yeah.
No need.
What's up, Luke?
Are you guys doing more? Are you doing crates like ethnic crates, like say like real deal Italian, Bollywood? Those, I mean, because I haven't had a chance to, like I said, dive in.
Good call.
Yeah, we definitely we source it. I know off the top of my head, I know Naveen Sharma did a Bollywood, I believe, crate that people have said really just smashes. Like when they've done those sort of events. So we source, you know, we dig deep. And just the other day, because Aaron put in the group, Aaron put it and Aaron said, what's something that somebody would like to see? And we'll ask the community, because we're 3,000 strong in the community and in our Facebook group. And it's nothing but like-minded individuals. There's literally zero trolling. We don't put up with that. The group is monitored constantly, but like Tyler's a superstar at that, but the whole entire team monitors that group, and we have to approve stuff. And there's literally zero, like, you don't have to feel like, you know how people say like there's no dumb questions sort of deal, like, because there's people of all different levels in there. Not everyone's a professional DJ that just gets paid, you know, $5,000 to do a wedding, $10,000. It's like some people are just starting out, and it's so cool when you see those messages from those beginner DJs, and they're like, I have my first wedding coming up. What crate should I download? And we tell them, like, download all the 12 wedding reception crates that we have. We even have cocktail, like wedding cocktail, like different types.
Nice.
Drew Pierce has done like a classic rock cocktails. So I go in and out when I'm DJing a wedding and I'm seeing the vibe, or I'm seeing like the clientele that comes in. I'm like, yo, they look like a little bit of you know, they'd be in a classic rock, or you know how you said yacht rock. You start just play a couple songs, see if their heads are bopping, and yeah, you just go with it.
Okay. Killer.
Well, I love the fact that we were able to really kind of dive a little bit deeper into what Crate Hackers is, because I think sometimes the biggest challenge is people's misconceptions of things, not just Crate Hackers, but just anything in life, right? And when you have a misconception, you know, when you have this misconception of things, and misunderstanding of things, you have a tendency to push it away instead of pull it closer to you. You know what I'm saying? And when we have a better knowledge of what it is, and we understand this is not about copying what somebody else has done. This is about taking what would otherwise be a college education and any other form of work that you could do, and the closest thing to it, and being able to apply it to what we do. The only way you get better is to learn. The only way you learn is to go to the right place to learn from. This is it. Boom.
That Tyler, yeah, look, exactly. Tyler just compounded on exactly what you said. You know, we were just chatting today, the team, about the ads, because Crate Hackers actually just opened up again, I believe about a week and a half ago. We opened up so you could go ahead, you could join cratehackers.com. But we get so much on the ads, so many people that have literally zero knowledge of what we do and just instantly just throw shade. And it's like, why don't you try it? Or, you know, they'll bash it and we go in the system and we're like, you never even logged in, you know, or you were never a member. And so it's like, how you said, it's a lot of old DJ heads that they're just like, or, you know, let's face it, there's a lot of ego in the DJ industry, a lot of ego. And everyone's like, well, I don't need you to build my own set list. I'm like, we're not trying to build your set list, but we're trying to bail you out of that jam. Because, you know, and I guarantee you every party you rock after you're a Crate Hackers member will just be absolute ragers because you're prepared for any and every sort of situation. Someone came up to me at a wedding the other day and said, can you play some reggae? And I was like, yeah, hold on. Just give me, I think I maybe played like 2 songs. She came after, gave me a hug. And I was like, cause shit, I mean, excuse me. I'm like, I don't know if I would have had that prior. You can edit that out. But
we're live, baby. You can say whatever you want to say, man. You say anything you want.
But yeah, it definitely, if y'all are watching this, I'm always looking to educate myself. I will go to any and all conferences I can. I will join masterminds. I will join any sort of course that I feel like could better my craft. And again, I had tons of years in the industry and I still went to Scratch DJ Academy. Just why? Because I was self-taught and I wanted to learn under people like DJ Revolution, DJ Hoppa. You know, I'm always striving to get better. And so definitely, if you're the same, you know, check out Crate Hackers, give it a try, and I promise you won't be disappointed.
Longevity, I think, comes from understanding that you're running 2 races in this industry. You're running the race of your craft, whatever that is. For us, most of us, well, all of us for that matter, DJing is our craft. The other race you're running is a business and understanding how to run a professional business. And when you can find a way to invest as much money in running that business and time and effort and energy and excitement as you can invest in that craft, then you create longevity, you create stability, you create the ability to look at something that you were excited about doing as you know, like, oh, I'm just excited about being a DJ, and realize I can actually make a living doing this. And to me, this is one of those investments. This is one of those educational opportunities where there's a difference between playing music and programming music, you know, and this helps with the latter of really understanding the concept of programming music and not just randomly playing shit. And I love that so much.
It's definitely a musical journey, the soundtrack that you create from being in BPM and harmonic order. It just everything just sounds better. And so, you know, we show how people to think outside the box. Like Tyler said, we're not creating cookie cutter DJs. We're pushing the limits. And people are like, man, I could really play that at a wedding. Mike, Aaron, Tyler, you guys played that at a wedding last week? We're like, yeah. And it went crazy, you know? So it's a step outside that comfort zone. Take those risks. You will never get a raging crowd if you just played it by the book. You know, take that.
I mean, Mike, it is taking a little risk. And, you know, it's funny because you go through music and you drop us like the other night we played Blink 182, All the Small Things. I haven't played that track in a minute, you know, and I dropped it on Saturday. It was awesome. And then I literally dropped it after on last night. I dropped it right after The Killers, and they went nuts. And I found that, you know, you drop a song. I mean, we all know if for whatever reason, you know, you take a chance on it. I mean, you can get out of that song quick. I mean, and drop in another banger. But those lists are great, but it's all on how you use it and when you use it, and your timing is, you know, you could have a list, but if your timing is off, it's not gonna hit the way it's supposed to. So I mean, you know, again, it is a craft and your experience and reading the crowd from the moment you get there to seeing how people are reacting. Even if you're doing a wedding and you're watching how they're interacting to, you know, cocktail and dinner music, you're watching people, you're getting their reaction, and you're learning the crowd. And you're I mean, if someone's giving a toast, you know, you hear them saying, oh, the bride is really into, you know, she went to the NSYNC concert. You are grabbing these little nuggets that you can use. You have to be in the moment and be able to be there to know when and how to make something happen. And if you're not in the moment, I mean, you can get any type of list. It's not going to make you a better DJ if you're not utilizing I mean, granted, yes. I mean, there are moments there when I said, damn, like I have a moment where I'm like, what should I drop in next? And, I think we all have those moments sometimes, but the list that you guys have when you have these crates, I think that's going to really help people, when you're in that moment, as you say, Serato face,
yes,
going to be able
no
to
Serato face.
Yeah. So even though I'm virtual, I'm not going to lie, I'm a virtual guy because I was doing video at the beginning, but I think Tyler's got my back, right, Tyler?
Yeah. Tyler 100% has your back. And all the small things. I just played that one on Saturday. It's actually part of one of the favorite crates I've ever done is called Rock Hackers 1. And it's such a great set to play towards the tail end of a wedding because everyone's highly inebriated and they're feeling themselves. And it takes them back to, let's say high school, and they're singing, they know all the lyrics. It's not no like deep dive rock stuff. It's like stuff like how you said, like all the small things where everyone knows, everyone's chanting, and it's fun. It's that sort of environment that you want everyone just yelling out there on the dance floor.
I think it's crazy because I'm watching the parents sing the songs, and so it's funny because they, their kids who got married that night are, they're the ones that grew up listening to that. So when you see the parents and the family getting along to it, it's just like, again, sometimes people are afraid to take that risk, but no pain, no gain. I mean, and I think your instinct, if you know what you're doing, you know where to go. So
when to take it there. You're not going to drop that. You're not going to drop Mo Bamba 10 minutes into a set. You're going to wait till everyone's hyped and they're throwing up the groom and bride in the air, and it's just all fun, man. And love what you do every time you go out. Every time you drop that first record or that first track, just know that you have the greatest job in the world.
Definitely.
Awesome. This was awesome, dude. I'm still like, wow. I'm still blown away here. I wanted to know what this was. I'm like, ooh, I wonder, now's my chance to ask. And I had the right guy. So Mike, man, you really, you did not disappoint.
Thank you.
So now, and look, shout out to also, Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. I think I sent Tyler, an email in there somewhere.
I'll link all of us on a text after we hang up so we could go ahead and get you all situated. I know Tyler's on it. Tyler is a superstar, man. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. And I want to thank, I want to thank you. I want to thank Tyler, Aaron, also the whole team. Like you guys like had a whole big family that were coming in there.
What's up, guys?
Hey, wow. You got there quick, didn't you?
I literally ran to get over to see this guy,
Oh my goodness. Well, the lighting is as bad as we thought it was, so it's okay.
Oh, look at there.
Oh my goodness.
And I would like to extend the offer as well. We have a podcast inside Crate Hackers for just community members only. I would love to get you guys on there and chat about in the queue and just chat about what you guys do and basically broadcast you to our 3,000 members. Try to get you guys some more followers awesome. and definitely we could definitely chat about having you guys on.
Rock on. All right, much appreciated, man. Much love. All right, David, any final questions?
I think this has been awesome. It's exactly what I expected it would be and more, as usual. Mike is one of those people. I said it before, I'll say it again. I love this dude to death. I love watching everything he does. I think he and I hit it off instantly the minute we met each other, and have been brothers ever since. And I do remember that conversation you and I had, and I commend you for where you are now from when we had that conversation, dude. Seriously.
Thank you.
Yep.
Definitely. Absolute pleasure to be on here with y'all. I was super stoked and it just time flew by. Thank you again so much for having me on for, shedding some light on the Crate Hackers team and family, to all your followers. Yep. Extremely appreciate it. And looking forward to seeing you guys dive deep and giving you a tour of it.
Very cool. Yeah. And don't forget to follow Mike, follow at Mike, MikeVilla DJ. That's how you can catch him on Instagram and also at The Social Vibe. All right, guys. Yeah, say
Reggaeton.
reggaeton. Say reggaeton again. Will you say it? Because I can't say it right.
For Glenn, I think we need to get a new reggaeton crate.
Nice.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, Greg, you want to sign us out for tonight, man?
Sure. All right. Well, thank you so much to Mike Vila. Correct? Is that Mike Vila?
Yes, sir.
I said it right. All right. Thank you to Mike Vila. Also, one of our guest co-hosts, Luke. Thank you for Luke for coming in at Luke's Entertainment, Lukesent. Also, special thanks to my co-host and brother David Hanscom. You can follow him at David Hanscom. I am DJ Greggy C at DJ Greggy C. This concludes another amazing episode of In the Cue podcast with Greggy C and DJ23 David Hanscom. Thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to like our podcast, subscribe to it, and get notified of future episodes. Follow us on social media at In the Cue podcast. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, if you have ideas for a show topic, please email us at hello@inthecuepodcast.com. See y'all next week, guys.
Bye, everybody.